You've done it now. You've gone and made a big mistake. What's happening, everyone? What's Cookin's back? Charlie, Yono, what are we here to do today? You've seen the headline. It is What's Cookin? Rewind. Disclaimer for everyone watching at home. There might be some big, massive, major events that we might have to miss out, only because so many people might have died, like mass shootings and bombings and school shootings.
We don't want anything tragic. We just want the funniest news of the last 10 years. If it's grim, it's funny as well. That's why it's in the
list. Grim and funny. So contrary to what we've just said, Raoul Moat was a pretty funny story that happened in 2010, and by funny, it was also pretty gruesome. So if you don't know who Raoul Moat is, he was just some ordinary fella from Northumbria, believe it or not. Is that not where they shag sheep and stuff? Sorry if you're from around them ways.
No, that's Wales. This is Northumbria.
Yeah, but anyway, that's
North
fucking
England.
If something's got a bria, ends in something like that.
Cumbria.
Exactly. You just say
that's the Lakes. That's the Lakes. No. Northumbria's northeast, Newcastle ways.
Is it?
That's why fucking...
So Raoul Moat was just this fella, and he went on a killing spree basically with a short-off shotgun. A sawed-off shotgun. And he killed his ex-missus and a new partner.
That is mad, because that's just a proper revenge fucking killing, heartless murder, and then he didn't even have the decency to hand himself in. He went on the run.
Yeah, he went on the run and basically nearly had a shoot-off with the police. And you might be thinking to yourself, you's a fucking sick fucks. But wait, what was that?
Just in.
Sky News desk. There's been an alarming thing that's happened between the standoff shooting of Raoul Moat and the police. Our little mate, little did we know, was a mate.
Someone rocked up to try and sort the situation out.
So who do you think watching at home turns up with a fishing rod, cans of lager and chicken? Gaza turned up at the fucking scene of the crime, claiming to be friends with fucking Raoul Moat, which is so funny because I just love to think of what he must have been thinking when he was watching at the telly at the time.
He was obviously off his head.
That must be our Raoul. Hey, what? No, he's a good lad, him.
Pissed as a fart.
So yeah, basically Raoul Moat had a standoff with the police, probably got shot by them. Oh, Raoul Moat.
Yeah, he did. He killed him.
Did they? Yeah. Fair enough. They didn't kill Gaza. Gaza's still going strong.
No one can kill Gaza. Not even
fucking cockroach.
Drugs and alcohol can kill Gaza.
So yeah, this is the year of when all the kids in whatever years they're in got anxiety and depression, and they get to share all the stuff. But we get to discuss of how Instagram's evolved over the years, I suppose. Because if we think back to Instagram in 2010, it was just all people taking pictures of the food with nice little shades on the filters.
It's probably Facebook's obviously the most popular, but
they end up buying them out.
Instagram now is up there with Facebook.
No doubt it is.
Ahead of Twitter.
That's why it's funny to see how much it's evolved from 2010. If it's only just launched, and then we see how it's evolved in the ways of people can make money off it, and by me starting by saying people get anxiety and depression, they had to take away likes because people were getting that. Well, maybe
that was this year, wasn't it, that happened?
It raises certain things in society, but is it that or bad? Do people get that fucking butt about it?
I think that's well more for girls than it is for fellas. I think it's hard to say from our perspective because we don't give a shit.
No, I know.
There's not
people
that
say that they do.
No, but birds obviously do. Otherwise it wouldn't be a thing. You're saying, do people really care? Obviously they do. Otherwise they wouldn't change it. But it's just hard to relate to it because
it's like
obviously when you look like this and
speak for himself, motherfucker. Are you messing?
I mean, we look good.
Okay.
What do you mean, speak for myself?
Yeah, speak for yourself, motherfucker. Life hack of 2019. Did you know you can now mute people on Instagram.
Can you? Can you?
Oh my god, seriously. There was a few people on my hit list, because that's the thing with Instagram. You can't unfollow people.
You can unfollow on Instagram.
I know you can, but the thing
It's
is...
well easier.
But people see it as a personal thing when you unfollow them, like you've got a problem with them. But there's a lot of people that I cannot physically... I haven't got the mental capacity to look at the shit that they put on no more. That's why when the mute button come out... It saved a lot of fucking things to the point where they go to the land of obscurity and you never see them again. You're like,
yeah, you forget that you even know them.
Yeah, exactly.
Also in 2010 was, in my opinion, the best World Cup of all time.
All time, you're crazy.
South Africa 2010, the naughtiest footy of all time, the Jubilani football.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. Sickest footy
and possibly the best ever 2 World Cup songs in 1 year.
Yeah, and the best World Cup game.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it was Boss.
It's just a reskin thing, but let's shout out to fucking Waving Flag. Oh my god, that was like the tune.
Captured the heart of a nation.
And then obviously Waka Waka, everyone knew the song and dance, but Waving Flag, what an absolute rammer. Like, do you remember, there was so many remixes of it. There was the best one, which was like the Coca one, and it had the drums at the beginning with it. Dun 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 dun.
That was a banger.
Oh, I'll never forget being 2010. My brother was in university and we took a trip down to go and fucking see him. And the World Cup was on. And at this time, which we'll probably put on screen while I'm fucking sat here going, we'll put it on the screen. I had a bit of a toothache, which just turned not into a toothache, it turned into an abscess, which turned me into fucking the Elephant Man's son. And
you look like you've been stung by a million
seriously bees. But leading on to that, why I'm saying all this is I remember being sat in this fucking bed and breakfast bed off my head on fucking, what are they called?
Codeine tablets.
No, can't believe I'm having this much of a brain.
Is it a painkiller?
Yeah, just like a prescribed painkiller. What the fuck are they called?
Cocodamol?
No, not like that. As in like the... I'm having the biggest brain fart of my entire life.
Even on about.
It is a painkiller, but it's what they call it.
I don't know.
Oh, anyway. Can't even believe
it's
this
not
is
that
happening.
If you're thinking antibiotic.
Yeah!
No, antibiotics and painkillers are two different things.
Okay. I had a crazy amount of fucking antibiotics. And lying in bed, faces all inflamed, and I'm watching Uruguay versus, who was it? Ghana, yeah. Ghana in the semi-finals. And quite possibly the funniest moment in World Cup history happened. The man who stole every Scouser's heart, fucking Luis Suarez, is in the box, last minute, go to fucking score Ghana, he's there, dive and save, and balls it, and it's like the most courageous thing I've ever seen in my life. Because,
shut up,
lad. If that was you,
if you was
for your team, for your team, are you telling me you wouldn't take that red card?
It's cheating though, lad. You can't just cheat. You can't just cheat, because you can't just punch it, but it is the World Cup semi-final.
Right.
I don't know, I'm torn.
No, I'm not bloody torn, and it's the best thing
but
ever.
Then he missed the pen.
And he's there laughing on the sidelines.
Asamoah Gyan, he hit the bar, didn't he?
I know he hit the bar.
And then
Suarez,
he scored
Christ.
one in the fucking penalty shootout.
Oh yeah, it must have went to pens, but that's the funny thing of... Would you cheat for your country?
Yeah, because he took himself out the final by doing it and like he took a bullet.
Yeah.
He did take a bullet.
Yes,
yeah, actually I rate him for that.
Exactly, that's why I love the Suarez. Like,
even though he's a pure racist.
But we get to see, Liverpool fans got to see that side of him of everyone hated him obviously in the country and fucking despised him to the point where fucking he was a racist, biting, fucking just everything under the sun, and we got to appreciate how much everyone hated him because he just used to score all the fucking time. So what was going on in your life in 2010?
In 2010, we was in year 9 going into year 10. So I took a step forward in my life and I necked a beer for the first time. Come on!
I can't believe man is speaking about this on the ting. That was like prime time BBM time. Remember BBM? Remember that? That was like the prime time of like being a child, and it was like everyone had just weaned off fucking MSN.
Yeah.
And it was one of them things where it was like
It's
everyone...
because the phones, Blackberries weren't that expensive. Like you compare it to phones now. Phones cost like £1,000.
No, I get...
And like a good Blackberry cost what, 300 quid? A good one. The curves were about 150.
No, I was going to say that because they were affordable. But I remember, like, before the time, I remember there was the exclusive... Someone obviously had to take the first punt on getting a Blackberry, and it was like all the popular girls in our school at first all got them, and then it obviously branched out. If you know, like, that's where people are going to be, it's like, that's where I want to fucking be. So that's why everyone got Blackberries, I suppose. It was the cheaper alternative.
It was to get on birds, that's why people got Blackberries, because you had DVM, get your mates to broadcast your pin, and then you were ready.
Do you remember that when you used to have like mates who were in like bigger circles, or it was like it's exactly like this now, just you throw our thing over there and we'll see who fucking takes it. But then there'll be like, do you remember they do like personalised ones? So if you got your mate to broadcast your pin, you're like, make sure you say like he's a sound kid. Like, yeah, gotta put in a word. But off the top of your head, have you got any funny fucking BBM only stuff has happened? Because I've got one off the top of my head. I think I might have spoken on a podcast once, but I remember speaking about it the other day, funnily enough. But one of my mates was an absolute rat bag to me on it. So there was this one time, there was obviously, do you remember when like if a girl took nudes, they'd fucking go around like wildfire, like just... And it was one of them things.
No.
Because when you think
I
back
wasn't
to it...
involved in any of that stuff.
When you think back now, obviously it's fucking awful, but also at the same time, kids did not know any better.
Yeah,
like,
true.
You don't even know that you're doing any wrong when you're a kid, and you say, no, I want to fucking see this thing, but obviously it's awful, and you're like, oh, it's potentially child porn.
Yeah.
Like, you're in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
But anyway, so at this time, there was like a girl's nudes going round, and I'm like, go ahead, like, let us have a look, like, if you've got them, like, whatever. And then he just had to fucking screen munch the conversation of me asking for nudes and put it as his profile picture. So I fucking look like the way, like, these people had the nudes, and I'm just like, can I perhaps have a look?
And then I get fucking done that.
Rat bags. It's his fucking mates that we
You'll
know
have to tell me off camera who it is.
I think you know who it fucking is. A fucking rat bag. You fucking tit. But yeah, exposed as a distributing child porn at an early age.
Other than Charlie being having a child porn on his fucking Blackberry.
I got another funny story about that. I got another funny story. I remember I got done by the fucking one of them viruses on your laptop, and it lit. Oh, I'll never forget that, because I remember I had to go into like a girl in school and be like, because it was one of them things. My computer seriously got majorly virused, do you know, before it was just one of them things. So it was like, but when you turn on the laptop, it said like you couldn't do anything on it, and it's like it's being seized, and the fucking police are coming to get your fucking laptop and shit.
The bed.
Yeah, obviously, because it's doing them things where it's making the laptop make all noises, go beep beep, and it's like saying you've got a child porn on your laptop basically, and you're like, what the hell? So I'll never forget going in and speaking to a girl in like college, I think it was. I know we're skipping the years, but we were speaking about child porn, so we might as well.
Jesus, that wasn't on the list.
So I fucking had to say to this girl, something's up with my laptop, and she was like, don't worry, same things happen to me. My man will sort it out for you. And I was like, I've been thinking,
she might find it on there.
Gonna knock on this fucking door. Oh my god, it was just like this scam that went on. But anyway, yeah, child porn, and let's stop talking about it.
2011 was also the year of the trends in high school. When we were in high school, year 10 going into year 11, the trend was unquestionably comb overs.
See, it was a bit different in our school. Like, ours weren't necessarily comb overs, but the attire they definitely did go for. So to match with your comb over, it was obviously American Apparel with your Vans and possibly even a t-shirt with a girl on. Oh my god,
Yeah.
now we're talking major leagues. Like, that's basically back in the day. But now you look back at it and you go, oh my god.
I'll show you the picture of me.
No, you can put it on the
Yeah, I
screen.
know, but I can show you as well so you can react to it while they can see it.
So anyway, yeah, basically back in the day you pulled if you were wearing the full fucking combo, but now to go and, if we look back now, it was just really because that's what Justin Bieber was doing, and everyone was just trying to get on the fucking hype train of Biebs back in the day. Why did you have that shit profile picture? Oh my god,
Look at it.
That's the best picture.
Dragging Milan kids from Spain. What year was that? That's when we went on holiday. When I was in primary school, so that must have been 2007.
Oh my god.
So
We're not doing 2007. 2011 was also the year of YOLO, and that was a fucking motto that everyone used to love screenshotting and putting on the BBM. You only live once. What a martyr to die by.
Was a tune though.
I didn't even know it was a song.
The motto, you defo do know that song.
I don't.
Do I have to rap it?
Seriously.
Do I have to rap it?
I'm not a proponent of listening to Drake.
You defo heard it.
That's
You
it.
only live once, that's the matter. YOLO and we bad it every day. Yo, you've defo heard it.
The only one I really remember, because I didn't even know Drake was going back then, but it turned out that it was a Drake song, and it was so funny because it was one of my mates' fucking ringtones, and it was, I only ever used to wear it when his birds used to ring him. So it was Joe where they have like the air horns, and it was burr, 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 ain't nobody young.
Yeah, that's his first song. That's
I only know the first 10 seconds.
It wasn't his first song, it was his first like big song. That was his first big song because LeBron James is in the music video.
Is he? Fair.
And Eminem, Lil Wayne and Kanye West are all on the song with him, so it's like his first big song.
I appreciate it, but I don't know none of this. I only knew that YOLO was a thing because everyone was like, yeah, you know what, YOLO, you do only live once. And it's funny that like how old were we, like 15, something like that, and it's like when we look back at 15-year-olds now, we're like, are you fucking mess? So what are they into now? That's what you've got to think.
Yeah,
Like
TikTok.
all the stuff
They all
that,
TikTok.
imagine doing shit like that.
You'd got terrorised if you when you was doing if you was a lad and you was doing them in our school and you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Imagine it was like Musically
It
though.
would have been game over for you. Our school was fucking ruthless.
Yeah, no, but you're
Ruthless.
saying that, but going back to comb overs and stuff, that's how ruthless our school was. Like, no lad really had a comb over apart from me. Obviously, I fucking look at me. I
Our
had long
school was
this.
shocker with them.
The
I had
years-
one. I had a comb over.
The years that we're speaking about, I had fucking long hair and then just had to get a cut. I had a similar cut the way I've got it now, but it was one of them. Like,
You
I
had
obviously
short
went.
hair when I met you.
Yeah, lad, this is the thing. People don't understand when I get like haircuts and stuff. They think the haircut that I'll have then is what I'm having forever. I'm like, you clearly don't know me long enough because I obviously just do shit.
You
And I don't even want to sound like that, but I do. What's the fucking point? Like, it's not going to last forever. I might as well have a few funny pictures I can look back at when I'm older and go, remember when I had that? Remember the muzzy? That this is a staple. This is, you're going to be getting the muzzies now. I'm bringing them back. Subliminal. You're going to be fucking thinking, you know what, look at that. Sideys and a muzzy. He's mad. But imagine I went to school like this now.
What with a muzzy? I'm sure you'd have asked a few questions.
Hey, fucking shut up. I've told you plenty of times.
OJ.
Shut up, lad. Shut up. Not meant to name them. I was going to go on about lads having loads of pubes when we were kids, but you're not ruined it now.
That's his name.
So yeah, in 2011, Snapchat launched and paired up with fucking Instagram. It might be more like anxiety and depression and stuff, but it's not. It's more of a light-hearted approach, but it's like the most childish form of
it revolutionised nudes as we know them today.
Yeah, think about it.
Because like you said before, when people had nudes, they got out, and like, because the only way you could send them was by like something that saved the messages permanently.
But that's the thing.
That's the game changer.
Snapchat's like the ultimate app of like how you can get to see how sinister someone might actually be. Like, and I'll name a few reasons why, because it's got a lot of fail safes in a Snapchat, you see, so someone can't just send a nude, because if someone screenshots it, it lets them know that they've screenshotted it.
Yeah.
So you need to find some alternative ways how to screenshot going undetected. And there's obviously a few life hacks, like fucking airplane, but that's 2 fucking phones. Like, that's how fucking Alexander Arnold got done. Yeah. He got a double phone job. You sucking dick. It's happened to the best of us.
Oh, we could have put that on the list.
On the list.
It is bad though. Like, imagine your kid was getting nonced on it.
But it's a very viable thing.
I know. That's what I mean. Though, like it is a bit ropey. Snapchat. There's some things about it that, like, if I had kids, I'd be uncomfortable.
But what are you going to do though? Like, because it's one of them things.
I don't want my fucking future daughter's fucking baps flying around the internet.
But that's the thing about us now, is growing up with the internet. Do you not think you could have a child and teach them how to moderately search the internet and what not to do? Because I don't blame me fucking mum and dad for not being able to teach me how to do stuff on the internet, because they didn't have to fucking grow up with it. But we've
it's obviously down to you to make sure that it doesn't happen.
And I don't doubt when we're older there's obviously going to be these new things that we don't know about, but I like to think that we've got enough knowledge to be like, right, there's very dangerous people out there who might want to be your mate, but you're a child. Like, I know I'm fucking having one of these existential crises, I'm speaking to my future daughter. Hello! Do you like your dad when he was young? But hello if you're watching. Did you hear that? He's speaking to my unborn child. Say it to her face. You just gotta speak to your children, let them know that there's dangerous people out there.
Yeah, there is. Take it from me.
Exactly.
Throughout history, certain events have been captured in photos that speak 1,000 words. World War II, Nelson Mandela getting freed from jail in South Africa. And one of these events just so happened in 2011. And I am, of course, talking about the London riots. And there's no picture that sums up the horrors of the London riots like this one.
Turn it off, lad. Turn it off.
It's too much. It's too much right. Too much right.
What's he playing at?
Why, of all the things in the whole world to rob when there's riots on, would you rob a fucking 5 kilogram bag of basmati rice?
There's no rules.
How many people live in your house
There's
for you
no
to need that
rules.
much?
It's absolutely boss, because as he's just said, unfortunately, some lad lost his life. Mark Duggan, his name was.
He got shot by the police.
Got shot by the police, which caused outrage in the London riots. And I know we've just been making fun of it, but that summed it up. It was the maddest thing ever, because like everyone just took anarchy above themselves. Like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna go and smash shit up. Everyone just started looting for like 4 days, and that's how funny it was. It happened in London, and people up here just got that excited.
It did.
You're like, what?
No, it happened in other places as well.
People are going smashing and robbing, and we don't get to do it. I want to fucking do it.
There was people on our estate planning what shops they'd rob if it was gonna fucking happen. They were like, yeah, we'll go over the PC world. Connie's never went our way around the shopping fucking thing. I was like,
to be fair, if you all went in numbers, because that going back,
no one would stop you if there was fucking riots.
No, I know they wouldn't.
Only the police, obviously.
There's no point in getting hurt over it. But yeah, nothing summed up the London riots, like the fella with the Ballmer rice, gunshot signs and everything. Like, you couldn't be.
He's probably still eating that rice now.
2011 took its toll on a few of our superstars. Amy Winehouse was one of them. She got done with alcohol poisoning after a lifetime of substance abuse. And then someone who stole our heart, Ryan Dunn, passed away in a car crash. From Jackass, that was a stunt too far. They shouldn't have done it, in my opinion, but the show must go on. And to take the fucking gold daddy fucking Big Mac, who was the big smackaroony.
In the end, no one gave a shit about either of them two dying because fucking someone else got smoked.
The leader of the Arabs, Bin Laden.
No, he's not the leader of the Arabs. No, he's not. No, he's not. Don't say that.
Bin Laden got smoked, and it was one of them things, like, do you know, it was that much of a milestone. You're like, I remember how I found out about that.
Yeah, so do I.
And me and Yono just funnily have the same exact thing, where it was our dad shouting us up the stairs.
Yeah.
Come and have a look at this.
Literally.
Come and have a look. Sky News, and they must like. My dad's not necessarily the most patriotic fella, and I don't know if your dad's a patriotic fella.
Well, he was in the army.
Oh, fucking well he is. Then Royal Weddings and army, fucking hell. I thought you were anti-establishment, and he's got his phone on while we're doing this. Fuck, do you reckon I just hit him now? What's cooking?
He's not proper, but he was in the army when my mum met him.
But I can imagine they were stood there in front of the telly and watching us as like teenagers or whatever, and was like, look at that. They got him.
I was in bed and he just shouted me upstairs and said, Bin Laden's dead. And I was like, what? And he was like, Bin Laden's dead. And I was like, can I come down and look? And he was like, yeah, come
down and look.
I was in bed.
Yeah, what time? It happened in the morning?
Nah, it never. It happened like at night.
What time at night?
Quite late.
I remember waking up in the morning it happened.
Nah, it did happen in the like, it was on the news in the morning, but it
must have been so like they killed him.
My dad shouted us upstairs.
Oh no, I was downstairs in the morning, woke up to him, was like,
they got in the middle of the night in fucking, I don't know.
But didn't he apparently just throw his body in the sea or something?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Which is why people say he's not really dead. It's a conspiracy.
It's a viable thing. Why wouldn't they just show everyone his dead body?
The funny thing is, though, everyone was, well, it's not funny, but everyone was looking for him in Afghanistan, and he wasn't even in Afghanistan. Like, he fucking had everyone off for years.
Why was he meant to be there for that long? What was he saying that he was there?
Well, he was he had them videos, didn't he? That he put out the fucking POV, fucking... Yeah, he had like video. No, when he used to do the recording like this, he'd sit in front of the camera and speak. And
so he conveyed people.
That's what Bin Laden used to do. He used to put like announcements out. But obviously, they fucking found him. And whether they did shoot him or not,
I'm going to be fucking fuming if when this video isn't it, that we're not sat here and there's some sort of like cave or jihadi flag behind us.
No, I just like
trying to fucking convert the What's Cooking audience. Become What's Cooking fans and
subscribe. Come wish the Taliban bananas.
Oh, we're going to get in so much shit after this video and it's only just started.
So what?
Might as well get a cup of tea, folks. So yeah, the fella in the bloody jungle was taking all the kids, and some documentary makers had to come and raise awareness that the fella was taking the kids in the jungle and making them shoot people. And in the meantime, allegedly, they took everyone's money who donated to the bloody...
It was defo a scam, that.
I don't know, everyone was looking for this Joseph Kony fella all around the world, but apparently he was just fucking at Everton the whole time, scoring goals off the bench. Fucking no one seemed to
He was real. Kony was real. But like, he just fucking scammed everyone. Imagine how many people donated to like, oh yeah, go to this page and donate towards the funds. Oh yeah.
No, do you know what I love about it? How good everyone felt after watching it though, because when you watched it, you felt like, yeah, we can do something here. Like,
yeah,
if I buy this fucking care package kit and go downtown and spread the word of Kony, think of how many posters in town and be where the fuck is he? I've checked John Lewis, he's not in there.
If he was going to be anywhere, he'd definitely be in St John's Market. Definitely.
Has anyone checked it?
Yeah, have a look.
Dean actually might still be there to this day. Let us know how you find and to get on What's Cooking Us, because we're counting on you.
If you spot Joseph Coney, send it to the What's Cooking.
Yeah, we'll get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Why did you do it? Well, you know, lad, who's going to sell these jargons and fucking making them? 2012 was a bit mad. It was when the Korean fella, I think he was Korean, I think that was a good guess, but anyway, yeah, Gangnam Style fella, Psy, took over the world. First ever YouTube video to 1 billion views. Still remember all like the dance moves, and there was a funny thing we seen before, that people misinterpreted the song lyrics. Instead of Oppa Gangnam Style, of Open Condom Style.
I don't know a single fucking person who said the words Open Condom Style.
Well, all I'm saying is there might be a market there. So if you want to hear What's Cooking's rendition of Open Condom Style, and we'll just make a song and dance, and it might get over 1 billion views. What do you reckon? Do you want to do that?
No.
It was my.
I hated it. It was the most annoying song ever.
See, this is the thing. This is where my true colours started to show.
It even had Asians and I still didn't like it.
It was just one of them things that come about when we were kids, and I was mad into YouTube, as I'm still doing it now. Like, I was just fucking anything that YouTube, like, that crossed over. Yeah, no. If it crossed over to mainstream, I'm always behind it, because I'm like, yeah, fucking YouTube's well better than fucking the other shit. So, like, even with that, leading on to stories that we'll speak about later, I'm always YouTube through and through. Like, I'll never let it go. Because imagine when they start making you pay and shit, that's when you just come fuck off. But then they might give us the money. Oh, we might have to think this one through.
We don't get no money until you fucking subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, subscribe and send us your money. If you want some used bills, it's coming around to that time of the year.
Yeah,
we're going to be getting new ones.
I've got holy ones that I can throw away. I'm making do at the moment, but
and if you like one with skids,
the price is right.
Yeah, if you like one with skids and how much you like of it, I can cater to your needs. Just let us know, and I'm your man. Imagine someone actually DM'd us. If I actually got a DM of someone asking me for my shit,
I'd defo sell them.
Yeah,
depends how much he was offering.
That's what's funny about girls though. That's all they want is like some fella to say, "Can I have a picture of your feet on Instagram and shit?" And then they'd screenshot and put on Twitter. I'm like, hang on a minute. I can be making money of pictures of my feet.
Well, no one wants to see pictures of my feet.
Yeah, but someone might.
No, they don't.
So I know they don't, but someone might. What were we speaking about?
What else happened in 2012?
Didn't really want to speak about 2012, to be honest. But it was a fucking mad year, as Jono was speaking about before. He fucking had to start saying when he started fucking kissing girls and shit like that. And that's when I got my appetite finally. 2012, Jesus Christ. I was certainly a late bloomer, as some might say. I didn't really want to be
getting birds.
Right, this I don't.
Did you get birds in 2012?
This is what we're speaking about. I didn't really want to fucking be going on camera.
I didn't know you got birds though. I knew like you dabbled, but I didn't know you played jazz flute.
This is the thing what I learned growing up as a fucking. Obviously, you're going to be watching now going, yeah, he is a fucking weirdo, look at him, and this is like part of my fucking problem. Now you've started the existential crisis of me on camera. But I know growing up, I was always one of them lads where I was always picky, thought I could do a lot better than I should. But now that I'm older, I can obviously look back at it and I'm like, no, I'm not an ugly kid. Like, look at me, I fancy myself. Do you get what I mean? It's one of them. But when you're a kid, you'd have to take it on the chin. Do you get what I mean? You can't fucking always be doing all the shit you want with all the people you fancy. And it's a funny reality because no doubt, to anyone who's watching this now, who's got like any struggles with girls who don't like them, because everyone's been there, me watches just on a runner. But yeah, everyone's been there, and how funny is it thinking back to when you were a kid now, of all the girls you fancy.
I think back how much of a fucking shitbag I was when I was in school, because like in school life I'd fucking convinced myself that I was this fucking ugly fucking kid who was fucking never gonna get a bird, so that's I was what always we were mortified to speak to girls. Like, terrified about it, proper though.
No, but so you didn't speak to girls at all?
I did, but like when I used to go out like and like see people, it'd always be my mates who were the ones fucking.
No, I understand that. Like
putting they're putting it out there, and then you just speak to the fucking.
That's obviously the way it goes, but when
But that's what I was saying in 2012. Was you putting in work?
Oh, not as that fucking caliber. I completely understand what you're going on about, because that's what it was like. We that's why we're mates, because we obviously grew up similar ways where you're like, oh yeah, it's shit. Obviously girls don't like you, but it's only because of the energy what you put out. Yeah. That's why I'm trying to say to you now, as in like, if you like yourself. It's just you haven't got no fucking craft and you haven't got nothing to go off, and it's like, do you know what it's like if you want to get with a girl but you've never done anything with a girl before, or like completely anything? It's like trying to get a job and you say you need work experience and you're like, yeah, I'm trying to get motherfucking experience if you let me. But seriously, so that's what it was always a tale of growing up, of like how it. You look back at it now and you're not arsed. It was the but at the time, when you were growing up, you were fucking gutters. But yeah, that's when I like broke me duck. 2012, it was like finally weights lifted off the shoulder, but all it took was one. It was like one, and then it was like off to the races.
That was it then.
Yeah, like not to be, I'm not like a fucking man whore, and like anyone who actually knows me watching this is not like, oh, he's making out he's top shagger. It was just fucking. When I was growing up, I know I was this fucking outcast. I'm still an outcast, but yous are watching, so yous love it, and I appreciate it. But
and if you want to shag,
yeah. So my bird's not watching this now. She's fucked off this bit. I've covered her eyes. Just bring me a. Oh, I'm gonna get a murder fucking now. This is what my bird's like. I can't even make a joke when I was watching and being like, I know you. And she had a fucking laugh at it.
None of this is getting cut out.
So anyway, yeah, 2012, that was the year. And a funny little fact, we've written it down and we're going to speak about it anyway, but the dates got mixed up. But the last ever repetitive date in history that we're going to live through is the date I lost my virginity. So think about it. What's the last ever? So if you're gonna write out the date and your fucking like your essay or whatever,
yeah,
and you're gonna say today's date is
the 12th of the 12th, 2012. At least you would have done
better
before the world ended.
Yeah, no, exactly. But you know,
we've got to do it. We've got to do it against the world end. All right then.
Off to the races. But there's nothing better than like, because obviously I was 16 at the time, and like every lad who's watching this now, when like you actually first have sex with a female, there's no better feeling than going to tell one of your mates that you've shagged someone and you're waiting for the. It's like a proper, I can't say the racial slur, but my like moment, and like, it's funny. I'll never forget the moments like that. That's what you appreciate when you're growing up. I'm sorry for any family member who had to listen to this. I didn't really want to speak about it on camera, so, but yeah, I am having sex every day.
Charlie got his hole for the first time.
2012 was also a dead funny year for loads of stupid shit that weren't gonna happen. Going on by the film that was making out that the world was going to end, and everyone thought the world was actually going to end because the Malaysians or something like that. Was it the Malaysians?
The Mayans.
Mayans. Fucking, I was thinking of...
Those crafty Malaysians.
I was thinking of Vincent Tan, the Cardiff City's owner.
Is he Malaysian?
Yeah.
He's from Thailand.
Well, he had the fucking Malaysian Airways. Anyway, you racist sack of shit.
Shut up, I'm not racist.
I love John Barnes. Yeah, everyone thought the Wales was going to end and it went a bit mad. And it's funny that, like, that was a proper Y2K moment where everyone was, yeah, the world's definitely going to end, and no one has any evidence at all to justify that the world was going to
Someone just said it thousands of years ago and everyone was like, yeah, they must be
shit. It's just like the lights are going to go off and they're not going to come back on. Like, no doubt you's watching this now, you's remember it, you's probably remember what you're doing. Like, I remember what I was doing, but fucking...
Well, it was by Christmas, wasn't it?
Funny that, because I just used that's my ways of, like, a social dialect of how we going from instead of ums and ahs, I'll say like and fuck, and I just said but fuck. It's quite funny because I might have but fucked. So but fuck.
You don't know
I'll laugh at myself.
Charlie likes the batty.
I thought the world was gonna end. You gotta go out with a bang ting, you get me?
Oh, what the fuck. Oh, Charlie likes the batty.
Who's gonna be eating ass at the end of this?
Oh, what happened to you not wanting to speak about it? Now you've gone fucking... Now you've gone rogue.
And other things that wouldn't die in 2012, fucking Tupac's hologram come back to haunt everyone at Coachella.
You best be supporting the fucking Whitney Houston hologram.
Oh, no, imagine. What? Is it at the Echo? I thought it was somewhere
Echo
else.
Arena.
But yeah, Tupac's hologram came back to play for everyone, and it went a bit mad because it raises the question, is Tupac actually dead? Do you think he's dead? Because he might just be in Cuba and having a nice little holiday away from the American government, because they're not allowed to go there, are they, in America? There's like a divide between Cuba and America.
It's open now. It's open now.
Good.
But I do think that he's dead, unfortunately.
I do think he's dead after 20 years.
But I'd defo go and watch his fucking hologram. If his hologram did a concert, I'd defo go.
You're making out like it's a person.
It is though.
How?
What's the difference? Other than him actually being there, he still raps the same songs and does a show on the stage.
That's a proper corporate greed at its finest. You could do one with Michael Jackson and fucking everyone would come back and watch it.
Do you not? I went to some real fella pretending to be Michael Jackson. Do you not think I'd go to a pretend Michael Jackson show?
So you're telling me I can be Michael Jackson and get paid for it?
No, you can't.
Why?
Because you're not fucking good.
I reckon I could do a good fucking rendition of Man in the Mirror right now off the top of my
No,
head.
it's the dancing. It's the...
Yeah, I could probably do the dance. You've got no pop and lock. It's just more of a, when you get the time, what you do? No, you're mine. See, you know from that then he just done a little, I had the pop and lock. That was more Earth song, but I am.
You're doing White Michael. I'm doing Black Michael.
Michael. Michael. One of the most monumental videos of all time come out in 2012, and you'll stumble across it and you'll be like, Jesus Christ, that was a funny video. And of course I'm talking about drunk Scouse woman on the train home. It's got so many one-liners, we'll all love to reminisce, but I'm just going to say a big shout out, if you didn't know, she's dead.
Is she? Oh yeah. Oh my god, I forgot
She's
about
actually
that.
dead.
Rest in peace to her fucking legend of Scouse fucking Facebook.
Like seriously, who's got a bird? Put your hand up.
I hope they have
Don't
pizzas
lie.
and scran at the funeral.
Seriously, if we all put in a fiver, we can walk there and see what's happening.
Rip.
It's crazy to think she's actually dead, because like there's no doubt it's one of them situations where someone's actually got the phone out and recorded, and I've been in plenty of them situations, but I'd never get my phone out because I fear
I wouldn't have the audacity.
Yeah, because you just think they're gonna fucking batter me.
But that's how you get the funniest videos.
It is, but that was a crazy one, because like she's fucking basically wanting 4 lads to come back, have a party in theirs, we'll all throw in for fucking ale. We'll all just fucking sit there and get on it. And she probably, that's the thing, she would have ended up, even though I said rest in peace and shouldn't speak ill of the dead, she might have got railed by a few of them. So, by a
What's
few
happened to you?
Yeah.
Since 2012, you with your life went to shit from 2012.
Right, this is the thing.
Yeah,
He's
when you
unlocked
lost
the beast.
the plot.
I've lost all sense of fucking speaking on camera now because of it. These are the things that I've built up these walls in front of the What's Cooking audience. You don't want to be fucking letting them in to know everything about it.
Fucking
but now,
hell, you've took the windows out and everything.
right, they're in now. Use it in. You're seeing what's behind these crazy, wild, staring eyes.
There was jubilant scenes in 2013 because, amongst many things, the one thing that stands out, and I would say had the most impact, especially on Liverpool, was the death of a certain Margaret Thatcher.
It is crazy.
Which was widely celebrated.
Did you know that Ding Dong the Witch is Dead got to the #1 and he had to refuse
When she
to play?
died?
How funny is that? That's how much of an impact that woman has for people to want to go and buy the shittest song ever and listen to it, because it just might remind them of this woman. The only thing that I've got to say about Margaret Thatcher is I'm not going to pretend that she might have affected my life in some ways that I'm blind to, but I was not present when her reign of terror was on. If my dad and I'd have got problems with her, I'm not asked. I'm not saying
she helped cover
I
up
know.
Hillsborough.
No, I get it. Don't get me wrong, but that's also with Hillsborough. That's never going to go away. Do you get what I mean? Even if we got justice, we'll still be speaking about it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just I heard it every year at the same time. Do you get what I mean? It's a sad topic that it's always brought up. It should get brought up, but going back to Margaret Thatcher, thing is,
dead.
Yeah, she is dead, and if
Good.
it brings a lot of people
It was great.
around me happiness,
Which
fucking
it did.
tutu,
The
I'm
city
not arsed.
fucking celebrated it like
Yeah,
a fucking...
I wish it meant more to me. Do you know, if I got to see it more, do you know, I understand the impact of this woman dying and the importance, but I wish it affected me more. Do you get what I mean?
It
To
affected
appreciate it.
Liverpool. That's
No, I
what
get it.
That's the issue.
I get it.
If she'd have got her way, Liverpool would have been fucking
Miners for life.
Coventry,
Yeah.
or some other shit, or Norwich, or Bolton.
We don't want to be one of them bastards.
We do not want to be Norwich,
We don't.
and we're not. We're not. We're the greatest
Norwich
city in
is
the world.
Norwich
That's what we
everywhere
are.
they go.
And anyone who says otherwise is chatting shit.
Everyone knows it. Because no doubt everyone who's watching this is fucking Scousers. Even if you're not from Liverpool, you're Scouser for watching this. You're an adopted Scouser. 2013 was a mad one. Fucking people started having enough of the birds and started to just, you know what, fuck it. Valentine's Day, you've had it. You're not getting a fucking bunch of flowers or chocolates or nice lingerie or anything that you wanted. You're getting the gas. In the bog, shot about
Bog
5
shot.
times.
Bog shot.
Bog shot from Oscar
No, we
Pistorius.
shouldn't laugh because it was fucking proper mad how we just smoked it and he
Yeah.
was like, oh, I thought she was a fucking burglar, but his neighbours was saying that he was arguing all night and that.
Oscar Pistorius shot his girlfriend's Reva Steenkamp dead.
And didn't he say he had no legs on? But the arrow, he said that he didn't have his legs on, which is a funny thing to say.
Yeah,
anyway.
no, that's why I laughed if you watch it back.
And then, on top of that, the fucking way that the bullets went into the door, if he had no legs on, they would have went up, but they didn't. So that's why he got guilty, because the arrow of the bullet, the trajectory of the bullets didn't match what he was saying. So he said he had no legs on, but he did have legs on when he shot her.
It doesn't matter if he had legs on or didn't.
Yeah, because his story was that he was in bed and he heard someone coming through, so he fucking didn't have time to get his legs on, and he fucking, I was going to say ran out, but he obviously never ran. Got out the bedroom and fucking shot through the door and then realised who it was, but obviously he just had a Barney with it and couldn't be arsed and fucking put
Time
him
to
in there.
dispose of the
Yeah.
evidence. So it's mad because they're never going to get away with it, which is just, you just go into prison on purpose, basically.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Why are you doing that for? You were a successful fucking fella who had no legs and was running about. I haven't seen anyone do that before. Fucking crazy. And you watch how
He
fast
was in the Olympics.
There you go. Speaking of the Olympics.
He was in the normal Olympics as well.
Not even the other one.
He was in that as well, but he ran in the normal
So
Olympics.
they make so much about transgender athletes, but he's coming over and he's
legged
fucking,
athlete.
that he fucking taking both sets of medals.
No, he never won medals in the thingy one. In the
So he's just
one.
taking the piss out of them then?
No, like he was fast enough to qualify for it. No, he never won medals in the fucking normal
but he
Olympics.
won medals in the Paralympics.
He's fucking could have took his legs off and he's won medals. I think that's the point.
That's what I mean. I was like, he's just taking the piss out of these fucking
These
people.
Next.
People. I said people.
One of the trends, we were talking about comb overs before. This trend, I feel like this was the next evolution of trends. Like, know the way over time the general style of the public develops and everyone starts wearing the same shit as everyone else. Like, you have these phases in Liverpool. The first one was comb overs. No, it weren't actually. The first one was PTs.
Yeah, PTs.
But they predate the decade. Then it was Vans and fucking comb overs. It's always Webs. Webs dictate everything. Then, in 2013, we got Harachis. Everyone turned into fucking, I'm not even, you know what I'm going to say. It rhymes with maggot. The people who followed that trend were obviously influenced by The Only Way is Essex, and in particular Joey Essex, because he had that stupid fucking haircut where it was like, basically, the people still have them now a bit. That's the maddest thing.
Nah, it was more prevalent then, and it was more of what is it? It's like a fade into
But
like
there's
a
no
thing,
fade.
But that's what I mean.
There's
that's
no fade, it's just a line.
Bog standard cut around circle. But then they tried to like just blend it into different haircuts, if you remember. But like, it started to get more of a fade, but the initial one, do you remember when it was
just
off?
It was like the fucking razors had ran out of charge. And now you had to wait until it was charged up to finish the haircut.
That's what happens when you've got power, money, influence of the fucking sheeple who watch the telly and like that kind of stuff.
No, I watched it, but I didn't fucking come in with a fucking fusey, did I? No, did I fuck?
I reckon you took inspiration. I don't even know what he looks like, but I can guarantee...
Don't say Arj. You fucking muppet, you just know he's the fat one. You don't get to make
Everyone
jokes.
was going to say that Yono's Arj.
No, I'm not. He wears cardigans and dicky bows. He's a fucking maggot as well.
Sounds like a dicky bow. I can't believe that people actually used to watch that kind of stuff though, because I remember when my only exposure to Joey Essex is when he's been on like the Jungle and stuff like that, so I'll never forget when he was on there trying to like, say
for whatever reason, lad, the birds love him. For whatever reason it is, obviously he's fucking...
They find him attractive.
Good looking, but he's thick as fuck. He's
thick
as
he went on
shit.
and was saying that he didn't know what time it was.
Then it makes sense.
Yeah. Oh my god. We make so much good babies. Could you imagine the IQ of the babies of Joey Essex's offspawn? Oh Jesus Christ! I don't want it to be a tirade on him, but I'm also just flabbergasted of how he got a career in the mid fucking what decade was it? What
the noughties.
Was it the noughties?
Yeah.
He was naughty, like I'll give it that.
He was mad.
He was fucking mad. 2013 was a proper mad year for us two in particular. As you've known, just recently on the podcast we had a good childhood friend, shout out to our mate Tom, and we explained a dead funny story and we're going to explain it again.
Yeah.
So basically, me and Yono were in college a whole year next to each other, didn't mutter a word, and he was like, so my best mate at the time, Tom, he was cousins with him. And he didn't used to let on to each other. Me and Tom used to make jokes about him behind his back. And then it all come full circle one night. We come to a charity game to play footy. And this was like, that's my quality as a person. Of like, I can't let the room go silent. So if someone's speaking to me, I've just got to speak to them back to like save face. So me and him are on the sideline together, fully well knowing who each other are.
Yeah.
being in college with each other for the year, but we're like, alright, we'll speak to each other now. So he starts. What jokes were you making?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
You have a proper distinct memory of it, and I proper can't remember.
You were the one who told the story.
The only joke I remember making was that I was supposed to play, but I turned up late.
With your man.
Yeah, so I rocked up late, and then Charlie was coming off so I could go on, but I didn't have a kit, so some fucking sick bastard thought it'd be funny for me to try and get in Charlie's football.
You turned up with jeans on.
Yeah, so?
Turned up to a footy match with jeans on. It's criminal behaviour. But yeah, he starts making all jokes on the sideline. Fucking can't fit in his clothes. And everyone's laughing. And then we have a little pint afterwards when we were like 16. In a social
to like beer.
Yeah, that's what I'm like now though. Like
You're a bad.
It's not even, I don't like the taste of it, so you're just like, oh, it just goes down, you don't like it. But anyway, become mates, and it was like, Joe, when you're having them moments, and it obviously is, if everyone's watching, everyone loves Step Brothers. And it was one of them moments where you're speaking to each other and saying, what's the non-pornographic magazine you like to masturbate to? Good housekeeping.
If you was a chick
who's the guy one guy bank, John Samos. It was one of them moments we fucking looked at each other and say, oh my god, I think we're best mates and I've only just spoke to you. What's happened?
Oh no.
I remember we were speaking about like Liverpool's best ever goals. I think that was on at the moment. But anyway, yeah, we become mates, and what a roller coaster of friendship it become, because obviously look at us now. I want to find a picture of us when we were in college.
I've got one from a party that we went to.
Yeah, I've got quite a few. I've got one when we went to prom. That's a funny one. Fucking, do you know what? Proper foot. We'll speak about it now, because it was just, we're speaking about it. Like, I went to prom in a full weed suit, and it was funny because at the time, like, I had no inkling of doing drugs ever in my entire life. I was just like looking at suits and was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll get it, and it's just like whatever. And now, full circle, it's one of my most iconic fucking things. It's like me seeing into the future.
That definitely still fits you.
Lad, all my clothes still fit me. All of them. All of my clothes still fit me.
None of mine do.
I know. Like, that's why it does me head in when you go on about losing weight and you're like, oh, none of my clothes will fit me. I'm like, fuck off, lads.
It comes with the territory, I'm afraid.
2014. How did we get here? It was certainly a mad one. Kim Kardashian broke the bloody internet with a big, massive arse. So do you remember your own reaction when you were just flicking through and you were like we've all seen it before.
Yeah, seen I was gonna say, I get it that it's a sick picture, but I've seen everything I need to see and more. So
that's what's crazy about
it's nothing. It's nothing to me. If that was fucking, I don't know, who's like a fitter. I don't know, if that was Beyonce, you'd be a bit more like, fucking hell, Beyonce's a bit gamey, but you're
they always do their own nude.
You expect it from fucking...
Nah, they all do their own nude photo shoots in their own, like, respective way of like, oh yeah, I'm nude, but I'm not really nude, you get what I mean? But that was one of them ones, because it's like, she was performing something where and she's in like, had the thing on her ass, and it looked more, obviously it must have been photoshopped.
Yeah, I know, but we've all seen...
And she would have got soaking.
We've all seen other things going on near her ass as well.
That's what I mean. So that's what I was going to go on about. That, like, I'd love to think that there was people in America when that happened that was going, that's shocking. Like, how is she getting away with taking pictures of her ass? And I was like, you have no clue. If you want, you can type in and see her getting knobbed at the click of a button. But so that's why the internet's a scary place.
But shout out to Kim Kardashian, because she's fit as fuck.
She is.
Shout out.
Like,
and she gets people out of jail.
Does she?
Yeah.
How? Who?
She like, it does these fucking campaigns to get like wrongly convicted people out of jail.
Well, I thought that was like an actual, she's like a get out of jail free card, as in like if you shag her, she'll be like, nah, you're not going to prison. Like, I'll just ring someone. Not like she actually gets people out of jail.
Fixer.
Yeah, who bloody knows with these Kardashians? They're the maddest family out there. We're only at 2014 and we're scratching the surface with this bloody lot. Yeah. Oh my God.
The best is yet to come.
Seriously.
I ain't talking shit about them now.
No.
I ain't talking shit about them because for what, like, they've made major dough and fucking, like, I've seen people say, oh, they got famous off a sex tape and all that.
Belter?
They did, but I'm not asked.
So you telling me if you couldn't get famous off a sex tape, you wouldn't do it?
Yeah, I would do it.
No, that's what I mean. Bob's pointing at the camera.
Oh, like, yeah, you.
Fucking, you little
Get off your fucking eye-horse.
Like, don't get me wrong, this OnlyFans stuff and that, it's just not on. But if you can make dough...
You're only saying that because it's bad. If there was a demand for men on OnlyFans and you needed fucking 20 quid to go and see the fucking banana man for some bananas.
The banana man.
Banana man for some bananas.
Nah, it doesn't work like that because
you do it.
Men haven't got self-respect anyway. That's why it doesn't work. True. Because that's why no one's asking for it, because girls don't want to see it. Yeah. And that's why that's the paywall. All the fucking lads want to see the girls. That's why it is. There's not a demand.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Ones.
Yeah, but we can't judge them for it, even though,
You can't, well, you can, but you can't, because you can respect that anyone can make money in any way they want to make money. As you said, if we were girls and we were fucking banging, you like fucking imagine, I'll sell you my fucking used knickers if you want.
But if that was your daughter...
This is what I mean. Then it comes back to family stuff, and if you caught your daughter doing it...
How can I sit at the table and eat my tea knowing that half an hour ago you were fucking blasting yourself upstairs with a fucking dildo that sticks to the wall, and I'm meant to be able to look you in the eye?
Hopefully we can get this on screen at this moment at time. But I seen on Twitter the other day, hopefully you've seen it, there was an OnlyFans link to a mum and daughter.
Oh no.
So it was like a mum and daughter.
A real mum and daughter?
Yeah. Like, but not like the fucking, like, blasting each other, but they're taking, like, lingerie pictures together. I was just like, what the fuck? This can't go on.
That'll get loads of weirdos fucking subscribing to it.
Yeah, I know. So, like, that's prime thing. No matter when you watch all these fucking porn stuff, where it's, like, the mum and daughter, at least it's fucking, like, different people. And, like, fake.
They're always specifically that. They always specifically say... stepbrother or stepfather.
That's the get out. Kim Kardashian.
Stepbrother. Yeah, we all know the fucking dance. Come on, get on with it.
Yeah, but you can use that one then.
Sure.
But the real victim in all of this is bloody Jennifer Lawrence. She didn't really get paid for all of it. Leads when all that come out.
Yeah, that's a bit different. That because you always feel a bit seedy looking at them, but at the same time,
yeah, it was always like. Do you remember your first showings of when you were a kid and you nearly found out when you were not like fucking seedy, but everyone who liked the wrestling when you were a kid and you had an internet search, you were like. WWE Divas travelers and you're oh my god and like
you've been exposed here.
It weren't even doing nothing for you because you were about fucking
12.
Not even that, you were like about 6, 7.
No, I never could. WWE Divas when I was 7. You fucking sick. Jesus Christ, what was going on in your house?
Right, so when we're kids watching the wrestling and you've got storylines where Edge is going to have sex with Lita.
You went 6 then?
Lad, that was seriously about fucking 2005. So we were about 9.
Yeah.
So fucking there's a big... I said 6, 7.
You're in year 1.
I like that she's got mixed up
with the tits out and send. Woo!
My man Steve. Just going on to
I was playing fucking Club Penguin. I don't know what
Lad,
you
I
were doing.
loved Club Penguin. Can we do a decade before this and speak about Club Penguin? I was fucking boss at that game. Going back to it, that's when you realise when you were a kid and you were going back to like fucking, you see all the fit divas and you're like Stacey Keebler, oh my god, Trish Stratus, Jesus Christ. But
Stacey Keebler was the best.
do you reckon?
There was a few, but they're in different eras. There's a few in different eras. Tori Wilson was up there.
Yeah, Tori Wilson was boss, but like Trish Stratus was like crazy. Oh, do you know who's the one who I actually proper fancy when I was a kid and it was proper out there as well?
Was it Lita?
Nah, I think Lisa was fit anyway. Remember Christy Hemme?
Christy Hemme
Oh
was fit.
my god.
She was
I,
fit.
like, that was my first crush as a girl.
There
I
was
like,
loads. Fucking
something in me like...
thingy, what was it? There was another proper tardy, like unknown one, but I can't remember what
There was
her name
Melina,
was.
which
I remember Melina. She wasn't undercover fit. She was fit.
The only reason I still remember Melina is because when she come around on the fucking wrestling, my dad was like, is that her real name, Melina? And I was like, yeah, why? And he was like, do you know what that means? And I'm like, why, what? It means when you've got blood in your poo. So that's how I've always remembered.
Was it really?
Melina, I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What are they playing at the wrestling? But going back to it all, Jennifer Lawrence and her nudes, it was one of them. That's when I found out it was a sussy kid. He's describing going back, fucking you felt like a pervert looking at the nudes. But the thing is,
You had to
when,
look, man.
when they said, if you go on Twitter and it says, trending Jennifer Lawrence. Oh my!
Oh, this is gonna be gold. This is gonna be gold. I can't wait to watch that.
I thought there was someone grabbing me.
Wait to watch that. You leapt out your skin. Oh my
What did, lads? What did you expect? I thought someone was grabbing me. So you're gonna tell me when you seen on Twitter Jennifer Lawrence nude, you weren't gonna click on it?
Yeah, like I still fucking check now, but you don't. It doesn't.
Check now.
It doesn't happen as much.
Nah,
like,
he was shit. The only one I ever remember.
like
was where
if
she just
someone ever
bending over.
fucking throws a link in the fucking WhatsApp group to say, oh, fucking look at this, then I'll have I won't fucking save them on my phone like a weirdo, but
What, you
don't
don't-
have a look.
You don't save them.
No.
Oh, you're a fucking weirdo. Not long ago on Twitter, someone put Holly Willoughby's nudes on
Did you
Twitter. I was
save
like,
them?
oh, you haven't got a chance. If you have got nudes, you've got no chance. You're over. Quite arguably, the biggest talking point happened in 2014. It was mad to say the least. The Undertaker and his streak got broken at WrestleMania. I can hear you now, you're still like, oh, remember that. You remember where you were. It was
I
another
actually do. I know you do as well.
one.
Like,
I know the setup to it.
every fucking millisecond leading up to it, I knew what food I was eating, where we'd ordered it from,
What?
fucking every, and I know every detail of that night because it was fucking
Harrowing.
mad. It was mad.
Do you know what's boss about it? There's obviously the person who doesn't like the wrestling behind the camera, and it's one of them moments where you just don't get it. That was like the thing that everyone, it was like death, taxes, and the Undertaker wins at WrestleMania, and there was no ifs or buts.
He was always gonna kick out.
Yeah, it was just one of them things. It's a laugh and a joke, but he's always gonna win. And then there was just that one fateful moment where he got F5 for the third time and he just didn't kick out, and you was like, oh no, they'll just stop it, and like something's happened, and it was like the music didn't play, and you were like, and your winner, Brock Lesnar. And you're like, hang on a minute, what's happened here? That's not actually happened, has it? Like someone's gonna run out and say no, that he didn't really have a shoulder up.
silent. It went silent.
It was crazy.
The telly may as well have been on mute. Like, nobody made a noise. We just sat there with our hands on our heads like, oh my god.
What the fuck?
What's actually happened here?
Crazy. It hurts me still to this day. And then I went on to WrestleMania, which we'll get on to watch The Undertaker get beat again at WrestleMania. Depressing stuff. another absolutely mad story that happened in 2014 that you'll never forget was the Malaysian Airlines flight disappearing. It was certainly crazy, wasn't it?
It was.
What do you think happened, eh? Because like we must all have our own conspiracies what might have happened. But if we flash back to 2014, it was from, where was it from? Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia, and they were flying out to was it to Singapore?
I don't know where they were flying out.
Oh no, Beijing, sorry, they were going to Beijing in China. And anyway, they fly over the ocean and something happened on the plane and then it was no more. I think that's the plot of Lost as well, by the way.
It actually is. Lost is naughty, but that's a discussion for another time. I just think it's mad how they could never find anything to do with the plane. Like, there wasn't a scrap of evidence.
But wasn't it just in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah, but you'd think come on. It's not a big stretch of ocean for starters.
Right,
and I'll show you. We'll get up where it actually fell, and I'll put it on the fucking screen behind us.
People every day lose like the keys and stuff, and you're expecting people to just find stuff at the bottom of the ocean. But to be honest, I thought, this is murky territory. Now I was going to say, is there any point to trying to find them? Because you know they're going to be dead anyway. I know that sounds awful, but do we think they'd survive? Like, if you landed in the middle of the ocean, do you think you'd survive a flight blowing up?
No, obviously not. I don't expect them to find survivors, but I'd expect them to find the wreck.
But what's the point?
No, to like...
What? In the water to take a picture?
To account for it, so that you know where it went down, find out why it went down, because at the minute it's just a big fucking
At the minute it is still fucking...
So we are, if you can see it on the map behind us, it was flying. It was flying from there, where the Malaysia Star is.
Yeah.
And it was flying to Beijing, which is there. So all it's got to do is just go... So it's not like it's in the middle of the ocean, lad. It's off the coast of little islands, like. Yeah, but and it literally just disappeared.
Yeah, but as we see, so would he be flying over Vietnam? Like the Vietnamese that asked about going to check for the shipwreck of someone else. Well,
I think about it. If a plane crashed in the field behind us, would you go and look at it?
But that's different.
No, it's not.
They've got other things going on in Vietnam.
No, they haven't done it anymore. It's not the fucking 60s anymore. They can do whatever they want.
Well, what are they doing over there then? That's where they're making all the shoes now, isn't it?
It actually, yeah, I've got a few webs that are made in Vietnam.
Fucking terrible.
They've gone from being fucking communist regime fighting against the Americans to child labourers.
And making sick webs. But they must get paid for it, I suppose. Don't they all get paid for it?
About 3p an hour.
But I know who probably pays them, who's the figurehead of this, and he owned the Malaysian Airlines as well. Bloody Vincent Tan. Remember him, everyone? There's obviously a picture of him behind me, so you're all laughing your head off. He was the bad guy off every Bond film.
He still owns Cardiff, to this day.
Do you remember when he changed the colour of Cardiff?
To red?
Yeah.
From blue. Oh, mad.
You would,
you would, of course you would.
Come the fuck on. That's like Arsenal doing it, that's like Liverpool doing it.
And
you'd be like, you're fucking messing. But you have blue away kits.
I know. Yeah, but that's because our rivals aren't blue.
I suppose.
Like, red and blue is like the rivalry between Liverpool and Everton. Like,
a colour.
Our rivalries with, like, Tottenham mainly as, like, the local derby, but it's not like colours. It's not like the reds versus the whites like it is the reds versus the blues. Speaking of the blues.
Yeah, no, but also, I'm going to put another one in you, a pinhole in it. United have had blue fucking away kits.
True.
And obviously the most shittest thing that happened in 2014, Steven Gerrard slipped to maybe cost Liverpool a title.
No, not having that.
I don't think
just the league.
Nah, I don't think it did. It was Iago Aspas's
corner.
It went, and it might have been Jordan Henson getting sent off in the game beforehand. But anyway, we'll just let it go.
I think it's fair to say that Gerrard is Liverpool's greatest ever player.
Right, okay, yeah, he is. Right, I'll explain the season for you how it just went, because I know I'm being a fucking pussy about it, but it did.
Man up to what happened.
Nah, it's funny because in the current time of recording this, all time heals all. But anyway, so that season, no Liverpool fan will tell you that, like, we know that, like, what happened and it was shit, slipped up, whatever. But we shouldn't have been in the position we should have been in. We had top players, Suarez, Sturridge had his best season, Coutinho was coming good from Bayern, like he was becoming the player that he come. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that was the start on being good.
Then you look at the defence where we had the likes of fucking Kolo Touré, Ali Sissoko, John Flanagan, Martin Scale was probably there.
Yeah, but you were going through teams though, like you might have had all these questionable names, but isn't that the season you fucking smoked us like 5-1, 6-1?
We played a style of football that season where, like, it was early Klopp stuff where I hate saying it, but heavy metal football. We catch them on the counter. It's like what United do now, but we were just battering teams doing it, but we were crap with the ball. But we started to get a bit of grit about us by maybe getting the little games you shouldn't have won, like your 1-0s and 2-0. Like, remember when Gerrard scored the pen against Fulham? Like, that was one where it's like, oh, it's gone down to the last minute and we get a pen, it's okay. But going on to it, yeah, we had like a 5-point lead or whatever, and it was at the end of the...
What was it? 5 points ahead with 3 games to go.
Was it?
I feel like it was.
That's fucking sickening. Anyway, so then it comes to fucking... The lead up to it was beating City, and then that was the game where everyone was like, Jesus Christ, I'm not ready for this. So we were winning 2-0. Then they come back 2-2, and you're like, for fuck's sake, Liverpool. Like, they're a top team, but whatever.
Is that when Gerrard scored?
No.
Which was the one at City where Gerrard scored the volley. It came out to the edge of the box and he hit it with, like, the outside of his right foot and it flew into the bottom corner.
I think it was that season, but it might have been that season, but just obviously the reverse fixture I'm talking about at Anfield. And Coutinho scored the worldie outside the box and we were like, oh my God. And then the iconic, all huddled up, this does not slip, we've got Norwich next, we've gone fucking beat Norwich. And it's like, yeah, the last hurdle, Jose Mourinho, fucking at Chelsea, his heyday. Not his heyday, but he'd still pull out a Mourinho.
That was his second spell, weren't it? And
but he was still doing bits with them. But anyway.
They'd won the league, I think. Did they win the league this season before?
They might have.
Or the season after?
I'm not sure. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I've come to like him now, but at that time I'll never forget how much I was just like, fuck you. But anyway, yeah. All we had to do was play for the draw. As Jono says, we had a fucking so many point lead. They're just sitting off, we're all guns blazing for the win, and then obviously that fateful moment that sticks in every Liverpool fan's like fucking mind. It's like, and do you know what the worst part about it is? When you hear Gerrard speak about it, and you just it's shit.
Have you watched his Soccer Box with Gary Neville?
No, I've watched.
There's a program
listened to his podcast with Cara.
There's a program on Sky Sports called Soccer Box, and Gary Neville sits down with a player and they watch all like the best goals and most important moments, and they play him the slip. And Gerrard says, like, for the week leading up to that game, I couldn't sleep, and I just felt something off in my stomach, and I got to the game and like that happened, and as soon as that happened, he says that he never felt like they was gonna score in that game. Like, it never felt like they was gonna pull it back.
See, that's
but it's probably all gonna be meaningless by the end of the season, because
but when we fast forward, that's why
they're gonna win it, and there's a chance that they might even win it without getting beat, which is depressing.
That's how fucking good they are. But I'm gonna have to go back and depress and relive my feelings of being on the day of watching the match. So as he said, comes fucking Demba Ba's through on goal, Gerrard's just slipped in the heat of the moment. It didn't even look that bad, but you were like, oh shit. And then like,
it's because he slips and then he goes to get up and he doesn't get up, and Demba Ba just goes, woo!
Yeah, he was just, that's all what he was all about. obviously he scored and it hurt, and like it was just one of them things where after the match you were like, oh no. Then the final nail in the coffin, the one where it was like nearly tears. Like I was sat there and you're getting all that, it's just a game, but it was obviously Crystal
Palace
beating them 3-0 and they fucking come back 3-all. Jesus Christ.
If you saw Dwight gouging off him last night.
Oh my God, I hate him so much. It was just like, you're sitting there and people are saying it's just a game and you're trying to fucking keep a brave face, but you're like,
I hate that.
This is how girls get it. Bullshit. And this is going to be one of these fucking clipped up on Twitter. Everton wives, run for your lives.
So that's it for this half of the decade. Obviously, we've split it into 2 parts, otherwise it'd be about 3 hours long.
Yeah, didn't even think about that. Let us know if you just want to see that, by the way, but we're just thinking about you, even though this video is probably ages long, we're thinking about you, so let us know if you've liked it, subscribe obviously, hit the like button, and obviously you're going to see us next time when we finish off the decade. Let's see where Liverpool ends up.
In a bit.